Akshay, the founder of UserBit, an all-in-one platform for your user experience workflow.
And I'm Danny, a product manager here at UserBit, and today we'll be discussing why some user personas fail and how to avoid pitfalls when creating user personas.
So we've all experienced this, right? Where we create personas, we're excited about it, but it never gets used again in any of our designs. Danny, have you ever been in a situation where you've created personas, but it just sits around and not get utilized?
Yes, I've definitely experienced this in the past, but that was because I was the only one in charge of creating the personas.
Yeah, that's actually very common. One of the reasons why personas fail is because one person is left in charge of the whole process, right? So they're doing the hard work of research, synthesis, creating the personas, or even socializing the personas at the end. And for a persona to be actually effective, the entire team needs to be part of the creation process.
So you're telling me it's not just up to me to create all the user personas?
Yeah, of course not. The reason why the entire team needs to be part of the whole persona creation process is because they need to be able to see that the content of the persona is coming from real research. This is real data coming from their actual users. This allows them to create a team alignment and more belief in the persona, and therefore the design can be informed by the personas that you've created.
You're absolutely right, Akshay. I've seen teams begin by creating personas based on their own mental models or their stakeholders' mental models. This just doesn't work. Personas need to be based on real users and their associated data. Designing for imaginary users will only result in products only imaginary users would want. Along these lines, we've also seen personas fail because there's too much clutter, to the point where the research you've done isn't being highlighted.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The key thing to remember here is that for personas to be effective, it needs to be memorable. You need to be able to recall them when you're designing or having discussions or brainstorms. So that means that you cannot put everything from your research into the persona. Only key things regarding the business use case or the user needs end up in a one-page persona. And of course, personas evolve as you do more research, find out more data about your various user cohorts, but it still needs to be short and memorable for it to work.
Short and relevant is key in personas. They need to be informative without the reader needing to parse through paragraphs of data. They also aren't an art project. A headshot can be included, but adding too many images is not going to make it more effective.
Yeah, exactly, Danny. We have to remember that personas are just like another research method. And just like any other research method, we have to study and properly understand the various concepts that are involved in creating a persona to make them effective.
To recap our conversation, here are 4 reasons why user personas often fail. 1. Creating UX personas in a silo. 2. Creating user personas without enough research. 3. Adding too much clutter. 4. Lacking an understanding of user personas as a UX research method.
Yeah, thank you for summarizing that. So, in order to create an effective persona, make sure to avoid the pitfalls that we have covered in this video. And check out our channel for more UX related things.
Bye!